Hi there, Potrero kids. Hope you're doing well and enjoying some sunshine today. We are doing a healthy baking project for once, sort of. We are making something delicious called spanakopita, and the reason that it's healthy is it has some spinach in it. So we're going to show you what we prepared yesterday and how we're going to finish our spanakopita today in the oven. So what we did yesterday was cook some frozen spinach. We had like 4 big bags of it. We cooked it and drained it in some cold water, and then we added some eggs and some different kinds of cheeses and a little bit of salt and mixed it all together. So what we're about to do today is get out something called phyllo dough, which is super thin dough. It's really fun to work with. It almost looks like paper. And these guys here are gonna have their first time ever of making it by themselves. I'm gonna refuse to help you guys.
We made mac and cheese by ourselves.
I know, they have made mac and cheese before, but this is their first round with spanakopita. So what I'm gonna do is get out our phyllo dough, which has been chilling in the fridge. It even has a picture of spanakopita on it. So we're gonna make, instead of individual triangles, we're gonna make one big spinach pie in this big dish. So Ben, your job is to open up this box, and James, your job is to cut 4 tablespoons of butter. Do you know how many tablespoons are in a stick of butter? Any guesses? Not 4. Any guesses? How many tablespoons are in? 8. So if we have 8 tablespoons total here, and you only want to do 4, you should cut it in what?
Half.
Ben, nicely done. Knows his fractions. In half. So James, you're going to cut this stick in half. Carefully, carefully.
Found
with
it.
a knife.
This is. Oh, that's big.
Good work, Ben. Can you now get a kid's pair of scissors, Ben, and cut one side of that open so that we can take out the phyllo? Great, James. So James now has some butter, and we're just gonna put 4 tablespoons of it. Now that it's in there, James, you could carefully try and cut it up a little bit so that it melts a little bit more easily in the microwave. Be very careful with that sharp knife. Nice job. I think that's ready to melt. What do you think, James? Yeah, it's cut into really good chunks. So now it can go into the microwave. I usually like to put it in there for like a minute on a lower power, maybe like level 7 power.
I'm pushing it up.
So Ben has taken our phyllo dough out, and he's gonna unroll it gently, gently across the countertop. You might want to use those scissors again to cut that tape. Phyllo dough is really, really fragile, Ben. So you might want to use the scissors so that you're not kind of squeezing the phyllo dough. It's really fragile.
I should like mush this up a little bit.
You know, this is going to keep melting a little bit because it's all nice and warm. So James is going to keep stirring that butter so it's nice and melty. And I'm going to add a little bit of canola oil to it. Ben, how's it going over there, man?
It's hard. The scissors you can't use.
Okay, I'm going to show you what to do. You just get on in there. Cut it. I am cutting a little bit of the phyllo dough just on the top level, so it's okay. Okay, now unroll it really gently. So what James is going to do is he's going to paint the bottom of this big glass dish with some of our butter and canola oil mixture.
Mom, this is stuck. Wait, watch how it's going on the end.
James, that looks pretty good. Get a little bit on the edges. Awesome. And Ben, you are going to lay the first piece of phyllo dough across the bottom.
How?
Oh, you're doing a great job. You're picking it up really gently.
But it's under here. Can you scoot this over? Like this.
Just pick it up.
Ooh, good, Ben.
Nice.
Woo, woo.
Yep. Lay it down. You got it.
No.
That's okay. You can kind of push it. Lifting it might break it, so I would push it. I would push it from down here. Yeah, Ben knows exactly what to do. Nice, Ben. Awesome.
Oh, shoot, that's splitting it.
Okay, now add another layer.
Okay. We're going to add all the layers. And we should add all.
We're going to use almost all of it, yep. Okay, Ben. Try and lay it sort of over this handle. Yeah, you got it. Now lay it down. Perfect. And push it on in. And I think we'll do one more layer for the bottom.
Oh, shoot. That was an accident.
But before you do this layer, you know what you're going to do? Brush a little bit of butter. So you don't want to do a lot because you don't want to get it soaking wet, so you can kind of dry it on the side. And now just brush it gently. It'll break a little bit if you're not gentle, and that's okay if it breaks a little bit. Now we have our whole bottom layer done. So what we're going to do is add some of our spinach mixture. How many layers of spinach mixture should we do, you guys?
Maybe like
3 or 4?
3.
What do you say, Ben? 4? Let's do 4. So that means we are going to take 1/4 of the spinach mixture. 1/4. So what I would do if I were you is sort of imagine this in 4 quarters. And then just try and scoop out one of those quarters. And you can just plop it all down right in the middle. So it does not have to be perfect. That's the fun thing about spanakopita. It's very forgiving. It doesn't have to be perfect.
That's perfect, actually. Okay, I'll spread it. Had a big chunk of
Big chunk of feta cheese. Okay, Ben, you're gonna get another piece of phyllo dough ready to lay on top of this spinach.
This one is kind of folded under.
That's okay. We're going to use it all.
There.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Ben, lay that on. But here's my trick. This is how fast you're going to want to do it. I'm going to show you with my hands. Pick it up, lay it down. Go.
What?
Speedy. That fast. Like a blanket, like you're stretching out a towel or a blanket. Yep. Perfect.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, Ben, that was really good. Now we are going to repeat the same thing we already did. So we're not going to show you all of this, but we're going to paint with butter. We're going to do 3 layers of the phyllo dough and then do more layers of spinach and then more phyllo dough. And we're going to keep going till we have finished our 4 layers of spinach and topped it with our final pieces of phyllo dough. So we'll show you once we get to that point. Okay guys, we're about to add the final layer to our phyllo dough. James is going to add the last piece of phyllo. Now what we're gonna do is fold in the sides. So James, you're gonna fold in this side and this side. And then you are going to paint all of these edges with butter. Go ahead.
That much?
Yep, go for it. Start in the corner where you really need it. Okay, it is now ready to go into the oven. We're going to cover it up with some tin foil. So what the tin foil does is sort of protect it. The oven can get really, really hot on the top of this phyllo dough, which can make it sort of burn. So using some of this tin foil will protect it from overheating. And I even like to make it sort of a tent so that it sticks up to let some air through the sides. Looks like a little camping tent for a spanakopita. Thanks, James. All the way. And now it's going to cook for about 45 minutes at 350 degrees with the tin foil on, and then I'll take the tin foil off and cook it for at least another half hour to get it cooked all the way through in time for dinner. We'll show you guys the finished products shortly. So we forgot to record the moment that we took our spanakopita out of the oven, but we do have it half eaten to show you. You can see that it turned out nice and flaky, filled with delicious spinach and cheese, and we had a lovely dinner. Sorry that you couldn't join us, but now you know how to make spanakopita at home. Bye, Potrero kids. Adios.